My people, shit just came out of Spider-Man Far From Home. So, uh, I've been looking forward to this movie. When they first showed the previews for it, I was like, they on a field trip or something, man. I don't want to see this. And Mysterio is the villain. And so then later on, I start hearing all the reviews for it and people raving about it and stuff. And then Spider-Man, we seen him in Avengers and Endgame and stuff. He did all right towards the end or whatever. I hated Homecoming, so coming into this one, he had a lot to live up to. Cause that's my favorite hero. That's my favorite hero of all time, is Spider-Man. So I needed Spider-Man to step his game up in this one, and he was typical movie Spider-Man at the beginning. Like Tobey Maguire played this role as well, as far as him wanting to have a normal life and be a kid, but they forcing him to do this. So he's trapped in between being Spider-Man and his responsibility. But he doesn't necessarily, like in the comic books and in earlier renditions, he had to live up to Uncle Ben. It was like great power comes great responsibility and stuff. And I always loved that about Spider-Man. That's what makes Spider-Man who he is his guilt of his uncle. And it pushes him to be who he needs to be. And he doesn't have that in this movie, man. Like he kind of has that in a way with Tony Stark. But the thing about this movie is, like, the first almost hour is like a slow crawl, man. They going on their trip and there is no Spider-Maning for a while. It takes a while to build up to it. Like Nick Fury and them be trying to get at him and he be ghosting Nick Fury. He doesn't want to be a part of this. He's trying to woo MJ on his school field trip and stuff. So that's what he wants to do. And I don't want to give too many spoilers and stuff, but that's the previews for the movie. Is like the first hour. That's what you see. The second half of the movie, where all the action occurs, you don't see a lot of that in the previews. We don't see when Mysterio becomes the villain. In the previews, it makes Mysterio look like he's gonna be a hero or something. He's like, Mysterio ain't no fucking hero. So in the movie you watching it, you like, man, Mysterio's look like he a hero? What the hell is going on? But then you figure out, yeah, he got some undermining shit going on. So whenever you see him become villainous and you see the whole plot behind it and the backstory of it, that is interesting, because it has to do with a lot of the old movies and a lot of the old Stark stuff. So it's like, oh, it starts to make a little sense. And then when it gets into the Spider-Man, and when Spider-Man is starting to come to put himself together to go fight him, towards the end, it pays off. The last bit, the last like 30 minutes is worth it for the action and stuff. As far as Spider-Man swinging and jumping around and using his spider sense and his abilities and his instincts, that is off the chain. That is great. So it pays off at the end, but it's like it's so much build up. Man, it's like a whole bunch of foreplay before you get to it. So it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't even say foreplay. It's like a back rub, a long back rub before you get to the nitty gritty. So that's something I don't like about it, is the long build, but the action at the end and stuff, and then build. There are two cutscenes. The first cutscene is incredible. Like, as far as setting up the next movie and where the projectile of everything is going to go, it is like, whoa. And stay to the end credit scene. The end credit scene, you thinking, man, it's gonna be some simple shit. But it's like, oh, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting but it's kind of like fucked up. Like, I watched the whole movie and that wasn't even. So it is a lot of mystery and stuff in it. It's a pretty good movie, action and stuff. Whenever there is action and whenever there is special effects and stuff, it is grandiose. It is very fun. It's more of a take your family to the movies, take your child to the movies kind of movie. It's not really an adult like Avengers and stuff, like Endgame and stuff. It has comedic tones, but it's like serious. And it's for like the adults and stuff. This one is more for the kids. It's more a kiddie movie. It's good, but if you're like an adult and you like, oh, I want to see, and you're not into superhero movies, this may not be the one for you. But if you want just a fun time at the movies, if you want to bring your kids, this is definitely one to bring your kids to. The kids will like this one more than us grown-ups that like the movies. But it's good because I love Spider-Man. I've been loving Spider-Man for my whole life. Because Spider-Man been out for like 50, 60 years. And about 50 years. He's been out like 50-something years. And I've been loving Spider-Man. So, my whole life. So, I would give this like a 7.5. That's kind of a low rating. I gave everything 8s. I give everything 8s, man. And it's not like, oh, great, like it's a 9. Nah. And I don't give it like an 8, because that's my typical. It's like a 7.5. Man, it's good, but it's like the long build up, man. That first hour is kind of, but the action and stuff, once it gets into his bag, it is great. It's setting up for the next one. The next one is going to be cold. The next one is going to be cold. The next one is going to be, it's going to be something to behold. I think so. It should be. But that's what I think of it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest and the most hated, man. Holla at you, boy. Peace out.